China released the 1 million Uyghur detainees held illegally in Nazi-style concentration camps. Many media organizations around the world have recently reported that a large portion of the Uyghur population is being detained, either in jails or in so-called re-education camps, while their children are being kept in countless orphanages in the East Turkestan. Recently, we have learned from official sources inside East Turkestan that the number of the Uyghurs currently being held in these Nazi-style political re-education camps is more than 800,000. That is a number known officially inside East Turkestan, but all unofficial numbers we obtain from various sources exceed 1 million. According to the 2010 Chinese census, the Uyghur population in East Turkestan was 10,370,000. This means that about 10% of the current Uyghur population is locked up. The conditions of the camps are horrific, involving Uyghurs confined in small and crowded spaces. We were told by several people who fled China recently that people cannot lie down during the night with their backs on the floor. Instead, they have to sleep sideways with all the adjacent bodies touching one another. We have also learned from some Uyghurs who recently lost their close relatives in the camps that a significant number of Uyghurs are losing their lives in those camps each day. When the bodies are returned, some are covered and prohibited to be seen, leaving suspicious as to whether mutilation and bodily harm occurred. Local authorities are not giving back the bodies of the younger Uyghurs that died and instead are burying them in the nearby empty fields. These are just a few of the many examples of the horrible conditions in these camps. How did those more than 1 million Uyghurs end up in jails, camps, and orphanages? It is extremely difficult to obtain such information in China, but we have managed to get some info from relatives of those victims living outside China. The Uyghurs are one of the ancient peoples living in the heart of Asia. They have a long and proud history and a rich culture. Throughout their history, the Uyghurs have been a great contributor to world peace and prosperity. Due to their geographical location along the famous Silk Road, they have been a major force in the culture exchange between the East and the West. We strongly believe that the Uyghurs are an indispensable part of the wider international community and will continue such contributions to the world's ethnic and cultural diversity in the future. Similarly, the Uyghurs will contribute to the world's peace and prosperity, just as they have done in the past. Therefore, the Uyghurs have every right to live in peace with dignity and to continuously prosper as any other nations on earth. However, in recent decades, the Chinese government has banned the Uyghur language from its use at all levels of education in Hotan Prefecture in East Turkestan, outlawed Uyghur literature by banning and burning books written in the Uyghur language, restricted, criminalized, and attempted to eliminate Uyghurs' religious belief and practice, and has systematically flooded East Turkestan with Han Chinese migrants in the name of developing the West, and thereby marginalized the Uyghurs in their own homeland. And now the Chinese government is openly killing the Uyghur people too in those camps by implementing a state-sponsored ethnic cleansing policy. If we don't get help immediately from the United Nations and from the international community to stop the Chinese government from what they are doing towards the Uyghurs in East Turkestan, the Uyghurs will continue dying and disappearing in large numbers in those camps, and will soon face an unprecedented threat to their very existence. Therefore, we appeal to all the international communities and human rights organizations not to ignore the Chinese government's crimes against humanity, the crimes currently being committed against the innocent Uyghur people. We appeal to the United Nations and other international human rights organizations to demand the Chinese government to release those 1 million Uyghurs and send investigation teams to East Turkestan and find out where are those jails, camps, and orphanages? Why and where those 1 million Uyghurs are being detained? What are they eating and where and how are they sleeping? What are they doing during the day? What are their current health conditions? What are the current death rates among the detainees? What is happening to the children, siblings, parents of the people held in jails and camps? We, the Uyghurs, are powerless and helpless at the moment. As such, we cannot defend ourselves against the Chinese government's atrocities and cannot fight this battle for our survival alone. We need the support of the global community. Please join us in our fight to end the appalling atrocities happening in East Turkestan. Thank you. Torchlight Uyghur Group.